Today we're going to take a look at the iNTACT and what Swahn and his dedicated AWP fulfills for them. iNTACT went 16-0 in main of season 28 and 10-1 in playoffs. And the one map they lost in overtime. Swahn had the most amount of AWP kills in main, averaging 15 per game. And he also had a whopping 0.63 AWP kills per round. Funnily enough, if you also look on hltv, he has the highest AWP kills per round for all players with over 30 maps played. So today we're just going to look at what this incredibly dedicated AWP does for iNTACT. First thing we're going to take a quick glance at is this way of Swahn anchoring the A side and overpass here. So we see iNTACT running the stream and B setup, and they have Swahn whopping side here, taking these long angles, and we have Optimus here on the long corner being baited in by the AWP. So what's going to happen is Grizzly throw this normal long smoke to take map control, and Swahn is just going to read it, thinking he can get an easy kill if he pushes through this, because the T's are going to run in careless. And that's exactly what happens. So Flash comes in, doesn't mind, gets an easy kill, baits in Optimus. So it's going to fall back into this long angle. Grizzly's AWP is going to end up walking into him. That's an easy kill, just suppresses the attack even more. So by now you could argue that he's already done his job. He's going to re-peek again for a favorable fight. Rotate come in, one dies, one gets a trade. Double scope and just slowly peeks out for the third kill there. So really no need to use any utility for locking down the A site. The AWP being in the hands of Swahn is enough. Jumping in the train now, I'm going to show 2 rounds after another. Quite interesting plays from Swahn around that Ivy position. So it doesn't do too much in this first round, but his presence on Ivy is what's most important. So in control is going to send the one lurker here, and Swann's going to come, play perfect anti-flash, and perfect timing on the scope, just peeks out and kills Flux there. Really nothing more to it, he just knows the perfect angle to stay against the wall here, and as soon as the flash pops, he just peeks out scoped. Really easy to get the kill there if the T's wide off the flash. Now, jumping into this next round in control and a bit of a quasi. There's not really too much to analyze. I just want to show and tell you an AWPer with the sort of caliber and positioning that Swahn has, how much someone like that can really bring to a lineup. So he's going to peek out, get an incredible flick, and then you see he misses his flick, and then just gets another somehow. So to be able to find 2 kills from that situation is amazing as an AWPer. Even if they have pistols, even if they don't have utility, even if a 1-for-1 or 2-for-1 trade isn't really favorable or doing a good job, being put in that position when he has peeked out and somehow ending up with 2 kills is amazing. And it's incredible that he could be able to pull that off. So something even more important that I think we should subtract from this is that Swahn has had up 2 rounds so far in this game, and he's just shown relentless aggression on Ivy. Of all places on train. So this is a great way to really make the opposition fear you. Because right now if you're in control, what do you know? You know that your defaulter and your Ivy rush has been demolished by an aggressive AWPer just peeking out that Ivy lane towards T-spawn. So that's kind of what you want to cater to. That's the only info you have of the AWPer. So this is a really good way from Swahn and iNTACT to tame the opposition into what they want. So a lot of what Swahn would do later in this game, or this half I should say, was to op C or stop sign and then stay around bomb train. So iNTACT just, so the scorer doesn't show it, but iNTACT just lost their first round of the half off him opping bomb train. So he immediately changed it up. So that you're going to see the T side here, just being fully confident in their default smokes. You know, we have a read on the AWP, guys just, you know, run out all over, not behind the sandwich smoke. And you're gonna see Swahn is gonna have easy pickings there. Peeks out all over for the first, peeks out over the smoke for the second. So even after the T is getting the first trade, he just immediately makes that irrelevant. Just renders that pick useless. So you can just come back and comfortably play passive Ivy, goes a bit more aggressive in a 3v3. So he sees the smoke hell, decides to molly sandwich to potentially push the T's either back or into his crosshair. And Flux decides to go into the crosshair instead of running through the molly and all the way back, and just dies easily by Swahn there. So Swahn really forcing the opponent's hand there and making them play into his hand instead. So in terms of forcing your opponent's hand and really sort of taming them, I think this round is a perfect example of that. So we have Swahn in the sort of outside E-box position, playing towards Ivy. A lot of team play this way to be dynamic around Ivy when they have aggressive pop or teaming control, which they have in this case. Sorry, nice keyboard. They have Sheikh Sula here in the side of pop, and they have Turismo actually inside pop. So right now the T doesn't really want to forfeit the info that they have Ivy control, and to not give up that info, they're just gonna try to walk it, but Swahn is holding it, and that's an easy kill. So right now with this setup, the lurker in main is gonna try to walk out and make the odds better, and just gets taken down. So the time doesn't really allow Bravado to walk around in CT or do any play from old bomb. So really what Swahn would be doing here, and he knows this, is that if somebody comes in here, they're gonna try to take a fight towards A, most likely. And the lurker in main confirms as well that this is gonna be a full-fledged A hit. So he's just allowed to play around this bomb tree now, and he can swing around for the second, 5v2 now. And the options in this situation allows, it's just eliminating all these angles for the remaining T's to be in. So eventually he's just gonna hold the Pel here, and Sonic is gonna swing into his crosshair. So really great positioning, as well as using his teammates' positioning, and again, no real need for utility, just doing what he can and acting perfectly from the position he's in. Next off, we're gonna look at Swann's way of implementing the AWP into rounds. So as we see now, iNTACT just came off a 2-man save with the AWP and the one rifle. They're being reset, and they're opting not to go for a double eco or a single eco with a lower buy, but instead of fully buying out this round and putting their odds into what they have saved. So Swahns knows he needs to have impact this round, so he's actually gonna pull off a really interesting play. So he's gonna throw this cross smoke. It's pretty normal for wanting to go to secret and then flash. Now I'm a guy who gets a pretty big chubby for walk scope plays with the AWP and trying to find a pick of that. But he's gonna get 1 or 2 flashes behind from his teammate, and I have not seen people do this on Nuke. Not a lot at least. He's just gonna walk up around red. That's an easy kill for him. And this just deters the whole outside or A split potential from iNTACT, even with a smaller trump from his teammate. So I'm not sure if this was going to be an A split from Bravado, but now it's just, converts into an A take. And this is clear, the A take is coming in, and now there's essentially 4 guys on A. And that is never going to be favorable for a 4-man T side as well. So Swahn gets that guy on the edge of the smoke, and with 10 HP you can't win a 2 versus 1. So a great way of implementing the AWP in this round and making it relevant with the buy that iNTACT had. Jumping into an Inferno game now for the minor qualifier against Geostorm. What Swahn does this round is actually something I don't mind seeing from AWPers. Like, it's a bit of disrespect, sure, but it's just, you're just, realizing that it's 4 in 5 and you can actually do stuff. So initially he jumps across and he's gonna see if he can get the mid pick since he doesn't see anybody holding, but the AWP actually jumped across mid as well and spotted him. So right now he's just gonna see if he can catch a timing on Boiler, and he does that. Shoots Devastation down to 25, that's a good 75 points of damage. So again, this is just relentless aggression. And I just love it. I mean, it's 4 in 5, there's room to lose rounds or man advantages like this. But one round is worth a lot. So if you can do 100 to 300 damage here, depending on kills, leg shots, or utility, I would say it's worth it, so go for it. So he's gonna come here and gamble on left side, or that he can hit the flick or get away. So bad flash is gonna come in, dodges it, easy kill. Now at this point is kinda where it gets debatable. He's gonna come here and re-aggress again. Now he's hit some Boiler and he's gonna decide to wide out eventually and gets caught in a bit of a bad timing and just gets wrecked. But overall, I think that you should criticize operators for this kind of play, but you should be observant of what's going on. Like if you've been dominant all game, you can allow yourself and your operator to make these kind of plays. And it also depends on what level you're on and if how often and in what extent you're going to be punished. This would not be the same, for example, if this was a tier 1 game or if much more were on play. So again, we're going to take a look at kind of how observant Swahn is of the situation. So right now, if you just look on the minimap, 4v5 after plant on the B side of terrain, you don't have anybody pushed up, you lack the man advantage, and you have 2 flash on Turismo that you can fight with. But other than that, all your utility is on the upper. So Swahn is thinking right now, what's the best thing I can do? And that's to get a kill or 2 to make this outplant easier for us. So what he's going to do is he's going to take a bit of these aggressive angles towards oil. And he's just going to gamble that nobody's going to jump up cloud, or at least jump up cloud dry. So just taking that risk. And eventually it's going to end up working out for him. So he gets a kill cloud. And now he spots a guy. Sorry, he gets a kill oil and spots a guy cloud. So smoke comes in to block him, and he's just like, why don't I try walking through this and killing that guy? And it works out. Now 2 versus 2. Knows the guy's on site. Perfect peek out to kill him. Tries to molly off the bomb, but it's too far ticked. So 3 kills in fast succession for Swahn there. Deters any possibility of retaking. And again, not needing to use the utility because he can just big dick with that up. So believe it or not, Swahn actually knows how to be a conventional opera as well. So right now during this kind of mid-round / late double ramp setup, his teammate fails his smoke, so he's gonna just smoke ramper. So they just have the 1 rifle in secret. He's starting to feel the pressure now, gets the first kill on the guy outside. So Swann's gonna come here and he's gonna open these double doors. So I'm not exactly sure what function opening those doors fulfill. I'm thinking either it setups for a potential hit if they were to walk down secret, or this just acts as confusion for both the guys outside and the guys ramp. Just making this info confusing for them, when the hit is gonna come in. So he's just gonna walk back up ramp to support his teammate. And all this was just setting up for the hit. So now the actual hit is coming in. He's gonna set himself on this kind of off angle. 1 kill when the smoke fades and 1 on the repeat. So here's what I mean when he knows how to kind of be a conventional opper. So he got 2 kills and his teammate didn't get anyone and got traded. And he knows how to play from here. Just fall back to the next angle, take the next fight, the next shot, next angle, next kill. And even here when the guy drops down, he knows how to position himself and his crosshair to potentially win that fight. So really good play from him to make iNTACT win their first gun round. So all around I think Swahn is a really competent opper and he has everything it takes to excel in CS. Unfortunately I find it really hard to fit one player's playstyle into 10 or so minutes, so you'll have to cope with everything I've taken up and as usual take everything with a grain of salt because this is only my perspective and my context from the select demos and plays I've watched. So with that said, I'm gonna leave you guys with this amazing ace Swahn pulled off against Grizzlies on match point to show you what a big dick he really has. Enjoy!